Division 1, Shelley Sourceable.
Here.
Division 2, Keith Dias.
Here.
Division 3, Frank Donato.
Here.
Division 4, Justin Lane.
Here.
Division 5, Robert Paris.
Here.
Division 6, Marlon Barnes.
Here.
Division 7, Gary Van Dam.
Here.
Dwayne Chisam.
Here.
Lee McElhaney.
Here.
And Holly Hughes present.
Thank you. Item 4, period open to the public. If anybody in the audience would like to address the board on any item that is not on the agenda, please feel free to do so now. Item 6A, consideration of possible action on the minutes of the board meeting of August 14th, 2018.
I'll move to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Are there any questions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Shelley Sourceable.
Yes.
Keith Dias.
Yes.
Frank Donato.
Yes.
Justin Lane.
Yes.
Robert Paris.
Yes.
Marlon Barnes.
Yes.
Gary Van Dam.
Yes.
Carried. Item 7A, Finance Committee. Vice President Sourceball, do you have a report?
Yes, the Finance Committee met yesterday morning and went over the agenda, and we're ready to go ahead and consider item 7A1, consideration and possible action to accept and file the check register list for September 6th through September 9th. And I'll move to, oh, go ahead.
I'll move on board on the 7A1.
Second.
Any further discussion? Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Shelley Sourceable.
Yes.
Keith Dias.
Yes.
Frank Donato.
Yes.
Justin Lane.
Yes.
Robert Paris.
Yes.
Marlon Barnes.
Yes.
Gary Van Dam.
Yes.
Carried unanimously.
Item 7A2, consideration and possible action to accept and file the treasurer's report for the month ending August 31st. And is someone here to give a report on that?
I'll provide a short report for you.
Thank you.
Yes, there was no significant changes in the agency's cash and investments or financial position during the reporting period. The ending balance for the total cash and investments at the end of August 31, 2018 was $88,866,668, which was an increase of $1.3 million from the previous month. The yield to maturity at August 31st, 2018, the total portfolio was 1.95%, almost 2%. We're getting close, A few more months, a few more reinvestments, and we'll be there. And that's an increase of about 0.5%, and from the prior month's average, and the days to maturity of 332 days on average. That would conclude our report.
Thank you.
Happy to answer any questions that you may have.
I'll move to approve item 7A2.
I'll second.
Any further discussion or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Shelley Sourceable.
Yes.
Keith Dias.
Yes.
Frank Donato.
Yes.
Justin Lane.
Yes.
Robert Paris.
Yes.
Marlon Barnes.
Yes.
Gary Van Dam.
Yes.
Carried.
Item 7A3, low voltage wiring and equipment. We're being asked to authorize staff to file notice of completion and release retention payment in the amount of $4,648.71, which I believe is going to be our first notice of completion. Is that true?
For the
Towards the completion of the building.
and Matt Knudsen, the Assistant General Manager, will provide that report.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Happy to report that both Finance Committee and staff are recommending that we file the notice of completion with the LA County for the low voltage wiring and equipment contract that was performed by Telpro Systems. And this is related to the new laboratory and the operations center here. They've completed all of their work under the contract provisions. So we're recommending that they file the notice, or that staff file the notice of completion, and then that will start the clock for the release of the 5% retention that we've held on all progress payments through the progress of the project. So the total amount withheld is $4,648.71. After we file the notice of completion and the appropriate time has elapsed, we would release that retention to Telpro, subject to receiving any stop notices or liens against the contractor. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I have a question. I noticed this when I was looking at this last night. Item number 7 on page 34, the installation of AV video conferencing, conference room tech, and training. Was that a duplication, or did we decide not to do something, or what was the reason for that credit?
Yeah, there was a deduct of, as you can see there, about $2,500, $2,600
Right.
between those two line items. And that had to do with some teleconferencing capabilities in the conference room, or the room that's just off to the side here. So that was something that we deducted from the contract.
Does it mean we have a reduction in service? I mean, are we still going to be able to do video conferencing in there?
Yeah, we'll be able to do video conferencing there. It just eliminated some, what we thought was overkill on some of the speakers and audio systems in that room.
Perfect, thank you. Is that the same with the install, the voiceover system?
Yeah, because we made a change as we were working through that process. Rather than go with Telpro to do that work, we worked directly with the phone supplier. I think it's called Broad Voice. To do that work, we got a better price to do it through Broad Voice versus going through Telpro.
Okay,
So we
great.
got a deduct from Telpro to do that work.
Okay, thank you. I'll move to approve item 7A3.
I'll say. I have a question also on that same page. Item 11, the second 11, install of voice system training. What exactly is that training of?
That VoIP is, stands for Voice over IP. So that's our new phone system that we have for this building and next door. And it kind of was a package deal that was provided with Broad Voice to provide the voice over IP system installation as well as the training. So that's why there's 2 line items.
Oh, so the training came with the installation.
Matt, does that service, I know we had an issue one time with our VoIP services that when the internet went down, the phones went down as well. Is this the same here?
Same situation, yeah. If we lose internet or through our fiber connection with Frontier, then we would lose our phone system. But we do have a backup line in the event of emergency that we can switch back to a rural phone system.
Yeah.
Any more questions? Roll call vote, please.
Shelley Sorosable,
Yes.
Keith Dias.
Yes.
Frank Donato,
Yes.
Justin Lane,
Yes.
Robert Paris. I muted
Yes, Holly.
him. Thank you. Marlon Barnes,
Yes.
Gary Van Dam.
Yes.
Carried.
That concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Item 7B, Adjudication and Water Master Committee. Rob, would you like Dwayne to give this report?
Yes, please.
Yes, be happy to provide you a report. The Water Master meeting is tomorrow at 10 a.m. in this building. On the agenda for action items for the board is we have some well applications. We had some proposed revision to forms, and this has to do with the storage agreement, banking, and recovery form. Consideration, possible action to approve the change in the transfer request form. In addition, we'll have the results of the landowner and alternate representative election, and the rules and order for water master meetings will be presented. And then we'll have an engineer's report on the update of meter installations and the current status, and then a attorney's report that will discuss the various responses that the agency or the water master has received with regards to the letters for those pumping outside of the jurisdiction of the judgment. So that is what's going to be planned to be worked on tomorrow.
Dwayne, how many new well applications?
To be quite honest with you, I'd have to count them up. I don't remember offhand. Do you remember, Matt, how many well applications?
Yeah, let me look real quick here. I've got the document in front of me.
After the agenda here.
And then are any of them ag wells, Matt, or just little domestics?
You know, it looks like there's several what they call small pumper qualification forms. So those are individuals, property owners that are classified as small pumpers that had existing wells during a certain time frame and pumps less than 3 acre-feet per year. So that's to get them qualified as small pumpers. So looks like there's several of those.
Looks like there's 9 of those.
9 of those.
Now, these are applications to re-drill or to?
No, these would be for existing wells that are single-family residents that pump less than 3 acre-feet per year.
I see.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Frank.
This is interesting. So, a couple things. How do you know they're pumping less than 3 acre-feet of water? That's my first question.
Yeah, I think part of the documentation that they have to submit is to show some records. I believe they use Edison records to show historical use of these wells, and they provide that to the water master engineer.
Okay, then if they when they're approved, then they have to install a meter?
If they are qualified as a small pumper, I do not believe they have to install a meter.
Then why are they even bothering with this process?
Because the judgment was pretty specific on the exhibits as to which properties or parcels were qualified as small pumpers. So if they're not on that list as part of the judgment, they have to go through this process to get qualified.
What it does do is it provides them with 1 to 3 acre-feet of production rate without assessment. So that's why you.
Okay, so these are the people. Light just came on my head. These are the people that were part of the actual stipulated judgment to be awarded up to 3 acre-feet of water.
They are small pumpers that qualify for the small pumper class, and this is their way. Even though they didn't make it on the list that came out of the judgment understood that there was a lot of people out there that met the requirements for the class, and this is their way of getting on the list.
So are you saying that any of the thousands of people that pump under 3 acre-feet of water, they just show up and fill an application out and are automatically approved?
That's the process that was approved in the judgment. Yes.
No, I don't have a problem with that, but I was just thinking if there's if there's 1,000 minimum and 3 acre-feet, that's 3,000 acre-feet of water. So was there allocation? I'm trying to get educated here. Was there allocation for the small pumpers put aside for them?
Yeah, there was about a 3,600 acre foot allocation for the small pumpers, yes.
So once we reach the 3,600 acre feet of water, then what?
At that point, we'll have to deal with it at that time, because I don't think it's clear what will happen after that.
The water master will have to deal with it.
Well, you have to assume, there's a lot of stuff, okay, you have to assume everybody's 3 acre feet or less, no matter what. I mean, you've got everybody doing without a meter, okay? So, once we hit 1,000, what I'm saying is, and this is for Rob, I guess, more than anybody else, or whoever's gonna be, Water Master Board. Once we reach 1,000 of the small pumpers, that needs to be, I think that needs to be addressed at that time, that's all I'm saying.
At that point, probably is the time when they would look at possibly installing meters on the small pumpers, so that you could assess exactly how much they were doing. It's something the water master will have to deal with at some future time.
I'm just kidding, okay, I was just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any more questions?
I had one question. How many new wells will actually be drilled?
For tomorrow, there's no new well.
No new wells?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're all small pumpers qualifying for
Okay.
applicants.
And just for Frank, MWB, Mojave Water Agency, still, I believe today, I think, Dwayne, am I right, that they don't meter out there?
They don't yet, yes.
And they've been in adjudication for 15 years, 20 years?
Oh, Jesus, 30 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's not, I'm not looking for another, I'm not looking, how can I say it? I'm asking the question because there's approximately probably 5,000, small pumpers in the Yellow Valley, probably. I mean, I'm just curious how I wanted to learn what they were going to use as a tool, because I think it's only fair that, these small pumpers, most of them, they never were involved with adjudication, so they have no clue what they need to do. So that's why I was just bringing that up. I don't think there's going to be a problem. I believe that AVEK, with what we're doing with our water bank, I don't think there's going to be an issue. I think with the 10% retention, from the water being stored in the aquifers, I think it'll more than cover all the people. That's just my opinion.
Any more discussion?
The problem that I see that the water master's gonna have to deal with is when people go to sell their homes and they don't have water rights, and that's when you're gonna see the applications flood in. So, for people to get in and for the information to get out to the public, that they need to get it into their applications and not be afraid of it.
Well, I think the good news is we have 9, which is a pretty good
You should have
size number.
hundreds.
I understand, but that's better than what we've had in previous months, so.
Yeah.
Dwayne, how many do we have in the small pumper class?
Nobody quite knows exactly how many there are per se that meet the qualifications. There was a list, and I don't recall exactly how many are on the list that was identified in the judgment per se, but there was an understanding that there was a lot of other small pumpers that were out and met the requirements for the class, and they fully anticipated that they would be joining as they are now. And what it does is it does give them a water right that's associated, a production right that's associated with the property. And as Director Sorsable indicates, that's one thing that everybody that has a small well or a domestic well needs to realize that they're to their benefit to become part of the judgment through this process, and that legitimizes their pumping right and use of groundwater with the groundwater basin.
Right. And there is go ahead.
Can I say, yeah, we're 7 elected directors, and I believe that, and I've only been here since 1976, and several people on that board have been here a lot longer in the Antelope Valley, you know, and nobody expected this to happen. I think it's our due diligence as directors is to keep this in mind when it comes to storing water in the ground, because those people are all victim of circumstances. And I think that if AVEK can play a big role in helping that situation, you know, down the road, who knows what the number is, whether it's 2,000 or 5,000, you know, we just have to work hard and recharging the groundwater basin so we can, you know, protect the basin and also protect these people, you know, with their rights. The only thing I think is that, and I'm only saying this is because you can't control people, and you can't control the next person. Like Shelley said, you know, what about the person who sells? I sell my house. Gary sells his house. Anybody sells their house that has a well. I mean, I can tell the people that are buying it, they don't understand what the hell is going on. They have no clue. So that's where I said the comment about the meter, because the meter then, there is no guessing. And for, you know, the $200, you know, the people that are here today, that's a small investment to properly work with the rest of the group on what's happening in the Antelope Valley groundwater. You know, that was just a suggestion and somebody should just think about that as time goes on. I don't think anybody's going to have a problem paying $200. I think the problem's going to be is knowing how much water they're going to be pumping. I think that's a bigger concern than the actual meter cost. That's just my opinion.
Right, and that, what we were thinking, when you look at 1 acre assessed at it's $5 an acre foot?
500.
No,
How
$5. The assessment's $5 an acre foot. So when you look
Yeah,
at,
but they got to pay. Yeah, but they got to pay. Oh, I see, because they're exempt. Okay, so they don't pay the 400.
No.
What is it?
The small pumpers.
Oh my God! You know what?
so
We
it's
should get
five,
them all metered. We should get them all metered. They'll be running into the damn doors for $1,500 a year. $15 a year.
right. Well, that's our concern is, you know, Todd Groundwater looked at it and said, hey, how are we gonna pay this and try and collect these fees with that, you know? So they just decided, well, it says in the judgment not to.
It's another area to be worked at. When it
Yeah,
costs more money
and I
when it costs more money to collect the assessment than the assessment's worth.
Exactly.
Okay.
Any more questions or discussion? Rob?
No, I have no other discussion, thank you.
Thank you, good report.
Thank you very much. Did my best.
Item 7C, Water Rates and Capacity Fees Committee. Chairman Van Dam?
Yes, we had a committee meeting. You want to take this one, Dwayne?
I sure will, thank you. Not working moving forward here. There it is, thank you very much. Okay, this is, this staff report has to do for the Raftelis proposal. As the board is probably aware, Raftelis is a wholesale rate fiscal study group that provides financial analysis of water rates for wholesale water agencies. We're very familiar with wholesale water agencies. They provide these same services to Metropolitan Water District, Mojave Water District, San Bernardino Water District, and many other of the state water contractors. And so they're a very, and the agency has used Raftelis for the last 4 years in preparing their rate studies. The proposal for this year is separated into 4 tasks. I'll go through the tasks right here and talk about each one of those. The first task was the initiation of management. It was 16 hours at $3,758 for that particular task. One item of note, they had an on-site visit plan in their proposal. We struck that and indicated we could do that by conference call, so there was no need for the travel time and the others. There was a little bit of savings there. Task 2 is the development of the rate structure. And one of the provisions that is new this year as opposed to previous years is there's a new rate for the Acton service, or the Acton area, and that there'll be a new rate calculated for that particular area. And then also there will be in this task a fixed rate portion option of our water rate, and that'll be presented to the rates committee. If that turns out to be something that the water rates committee wants to explore further and move further, then we would recommend approving optional task 4. But we did not include it in our recommendation today because it's not, we don't know if that is a good thing to do or a bad thing to do until that analysis is done. And what that's intended to do is to provide increased incentive for our customers to utilize all the water that they request from the agency so that we can maximize the use of marketing excess water to outside agencies and increase our revenue sources for our customers. This particular task takes $5,000 and it's 20 hours of time period. The third task is the financial plan development. As the board is aware, we do a financial plan, a new financial plan every year. So we're always 5 years in advance with regards to our financial planning. It looks at revenues, does a cash flow model, calculates our rates, which is, the essence of what the study's about, but also provides for our reserve levels and our bond debt ratio calculation to make sure that we are consistent with our bond debt ratio requirements for the rating agencies. In addition to that, there's a customer workshop that the staff provides to all of our customers to explain how the new rates were calculated and what the new rates will end up being. There'll be a committee workshop that Raftelis will have, and then we'll have a board hearing. And right now, we have a meeting, I believe, in November. The date,
November 13th.
November 13th, tentatively scheduled for that rate hearing for the board. This task was $12,758. It's the bulk of the work that Raftelis does for us. So the total contract for the fees of tasks 1, 2, and 3 include $21,581, and staff is recommending approval of the contract in that amount. So that would conclude our staff report. Be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions? Thank you very much. Item 8A, General Manager's Report.
Can I question? Wait. No, you don't have to vote on the dollar amount?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, do we have a motion?
I move we approve the $21,581.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Thank you, Director Donato. Shelley Sorso.
Thank you.
Yes.
Keith Dice.
Yes.
Frank Donato.
Yes.
Justin Lane.
Yes.
Robert Paris.
Yes.
Marlon Barnes.
Yes.
Gary Landale.
Yes.
Carried. Item 8A, General Manager's Report. Frank, this.
Here's the general manager's report for September 25th, 2018. This is the statewide weather. Northern California is the same as it's been for the last month. It's sunny and warm and dry, and continues to be that way. There is cooler temperatures expected, and in my drive from Portland yesterday, I did hear that there was actually a chance of showers, as limited as they were during that period. So right along the I-5 there. So not much rain. But the season is changing. You can see our we got about 79% of our average rainfall for the Feather River Basin. So we didn't have a particularly bad year. We just didn't have a banner year. As you move further down the state to the central part of the region, you can see the average is at 74%, not quite as good in the San Joaquin area. And that's particularly important because the amount of water that's actually received by state water agencies south of the Delta is reflected in the flow in the San Joaquin River, and that flow is high. There's a very good, the pumps are able to run for longer and at a higher level. So that's why this is always an important number for us. You can see as you move further south into the southern Tulare Basin area, the average is at 62%. So they were considerably drier, and as you come even south, it's even drier. So that's kind of the look at the state precipitation. Reservoir levels, we continue to keep most of the reservoir levels at average. The two reservoirs that are of particular interest to AVEK are the San Luis Reservoir conditions. It's at 117%, so it's a little above average. And then the Orville Reservoir is artificially low at 64%. That's associated with the work that's being done on the spillway and the emergency. Blue line here reflects the water level within the Orville Reservoir. You can see it's getting back to its, getting down to its lower level, getting prepared for the new year, associated with the amount of water that can come into the reservoir for stormwater purposes. Notice that that blue line is considerably below those dashed lines. Those are the limits of how much water can be stored, so it's considerably lower than that. Here's the storage in San Luis Reservoir. You can see the difference between the DWR capacity in the lower part in the Bureau, or the federal project is in the light blue. From the our state water allocation has remained the same for the last 6 months at 35%, which is equivalent for us to 38,700 acre feet. I will say that staff has reviewed all of our customer demands, our carryover requirements, and all of the transfers and exchanges that were made, and we're right on target to meeting all of our water requirements this year. So everything's looking pretty good. From the conventional treatment process, we're doing a little more water than we have in the past year. We have seen that we are selling more water than we had in the previous year. And these numbers kind of reflect that. You can see that through the, just looking at the current flows, at 49.8 million gallons a day versus 33.7 million gallons a day for the same time period. And you can see that they're actually, that our customers are using more water from AVEK. From the, this is the geo-purification treatment, and you can see we're a little bit shy of what we've done in the previous year from 5.7 to 7.2. Some of that has to do with our banking operations also, which you can see what we got going here. From the total treatment of flows, if you add up all of our flows, geopurification and conventional treatment, you get a grand total of 56 million gallons a day, which is about 15 million gallons a day higher than it was the previous year. All these trends just indicate that there's just more water being used during these summer months, which is good news for the agency with regards to our water sales. And our water banking is, for this year, has been turned off on the West Side Water Bank and also the High Desert Water Bank. We're taking advantage of this particularly warm period to do some work on the West Feeder, do some maintenance work there. Because normally you want to try and avoid banking if you can in the summertime because of the evaporation that occurs, and try and keep that done during the fall and winter months. So everything's looking pretty good from a total quantity of water being banked. It's pretty much what we anticipated to accomplish this year, given our water. So we're right on time. Water quality wise, good news is the state water quality has gone through its ups and downs during the summer, but it's definitely stabilized for us. And all of our THM testing sites are showing good results. Kind of a status of what we've got going here. We got a Water Master Board meeting tomorrow. We have an open house event on Wednesday, October 17th. There will be Steve Kennedy of Brunick, and Brunick, McElhaney, and Kennedy performed at Palmdale Water District on October 18th between 3 to 5. If anybody would like to attend that training, they can get their ethics training requirements complete. In addition to that, I will be on vacation next week, and Matt Knudsen will be in charge, as I'll be gone for all of next week. That concludes my report.
Any questions for Dwayne? Thank you, Dwayne. Item 9, Director's Report. Rob?
No report.
Marlon? Shelley?
No, thank you.
Frank? Justin?
Nothing tonight.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything. I didn't know I was muted or what. Okay.
Gary, do you have a report?
No.
Thank you. Item 10, Attorney's Report. Lee? No report. Item 11, closed session. We need to go into closed session.
Yes, we do. And
Which
that
item?
would be on, let me get back to there are two items here. One is item D and item F.
Do I have a motion?
I move we go into closed session.
Second. Roll call vote, please.
Shelley Sorsolo,
Yes.
Keith Bias.
Yes.
Frank Donato,
Yes.
Justin Lane,
Yes.
Robert Harris,
Yes.
Marlon Barnes,